In this video right now, I am going to show you differences between centralized and decentralized exchanges. I know you probably have heard that we have two types of exchanges, and I think this is applicable to wallets too. And there are differences and some kind of similarities between the two types, and I am going to break that down in this video. I'm going to explain what each stands for and how you can use them in your trading and investment activities. My name is Arab the Plug, and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are just watching my video for the first time, consider subscribing to this channel so that you get information about cryptocurrency, business and lifestyle. And if you are a returning viewer, hit the like button, click on the notification bell so that you get to see my videos immediately I post them. So you're welcome. Before I dive right into centralized and decentralized exchanges, let me first explain what an exchange is and what it stands for. A cryptocurrency exchange is simply a place to buy and sell cryptocurrency. That is the basic or the simplest definition you can give to a cryptocurrency exchange. But you know that in a cryptocurrency exchange, you can buy cryptocurrencies, you can sell cryptocurrency. On cryptocurrency exchange, you can buy cryptocurrency with your credit card or with your debit card. You can also buy with bank transfers in some cases, in some countries, and you can also buy from P2P, from the P2P network of that or cryptocurrency exchange that you are using. So you can sell using this means as well. You understand? So that is basically what is done on an exchange. You can also buy fiat currency and sell fiat currency, and you can also exchange from one cryptocurrency to another on an exchange. So this is basically what an exchange does. And a cryptocurrency exchange offers different trading pairs. For example, the most popular trading pairs is BTC US dollar trading pair. So you can trade US dollar, United States dollar with BTC. You can pay United States dollar with BTC and pay BTC with United States dollar. And some other exchanges also offer like trading pairs like Ethereum US dollar or BTC Euro, but the most popular one in almost all exchanges is the US dollar pair. And apart from the US dollar pair, there is also the USDT pair. USDT is a stable coin that has the value of the United States dollars. So it means that USDT is a stable coin that has its price fixed to about $1 per USDT or per unit of USDT. So it is basically a stable coin used or that is paired with Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies on exchanges. And also a cryptocurrency exchange offers different kind of tradings like spot trading and futures trading. Spot trading refers to the kind of trading where you purchase cryptocurrency on the spot network and you have direct access to your cryptocurrency. While in futures trading, it refers to the right to purchase a cryptocurrency. It doesn't mean that you have purchased that cryptocurrency at that particular time unless you take profits. In a futures trade, you have not actually bought a cryptocurrency, but you only have an order or a right to buy a cryptocurrency. If you don't know the difference between spot trading and futures trading, find the link to a video I made on that in the description below. And in that video, you are going to get maximum value about what spot trading is, what futures trading is, and what are the similarities and differences between spot and futures trading. But the main thing I'm talking about in this video is that you can actually trade spots and futures on exchanges. So now let's get to centralized and decentralized exchanges. What is a centralized exchange? Usually called CEX, C-E-X. A centralized exchange is an exchange that is run by a third party, monitoring and facilitating transactions and securing assets. The exchange provides the necessary infrastructure for the market, for participants of the market, and it helps them conduct transactions. These transactions are generally settled off-chain on a centralized server for that particular exchange, that's where it operates. So also on a centralized exchange, it is regulated by the financial authorities of that exchange, and it always operates through a KYC regulation for each user. That means that on a centralized exchange, it is the company or the financial institution that is in charge of that exchange that helps with conducting all the transaction that is done on that exchange, and they always require a KYC authentication before you can use that exchange. KYC means know your customer. It means that every user will be required to provide some personal information that assists the exchange or the company to know who exactly is using their platform. That is what a centralized exchange is all about. So now let's talk about a decentralized exchange. A decentralized cryptocurrency exchange is an exchange that is not operated by a central authority, but runs on a system of smart contracts that allows the exchange to function without a centralized oversight. It means that there is no particular company running the affairs of that exchange, but it is hosted on the blockchain through smart contracts. On a decentralized exchange, you don't need a KYC authentication. You don't need to put in your personal details like your address, your full name, your ID card. You don't need all those things in a decentralized exchange. But in a centralized exchange, you need to put in all this information before you can be approved to use that exchange, or before you can be approved to use some certain limits of transaction, or whether withdrawal, transfer, or trade on that particular exchange. On a decentralized exchange, you don't have to put in any information, any KYC information before you can use it. Decentralized exchanges also operate on chain and have a different mechanism for matching and settling trade. Instead of trading against the market participant, your trades are matched by an automated market maker. In a centralized exchange, you are actually trading against the market participant. That is why when you trade, you have an order book. When you want to trade futures, for example, and you're on your future trading platform, you want to trade BTC against USDT, you will see the current price of that asset being put in the market. Then you see some orders, some green, some red. That's what we call order books. So that order book signifies that some particular traders in the market have actually placed an order at those prices you can find there, and that is by using the limit order. So if you also want to trade and use the limit order, the order will be part of what you have in the order book. So you are definitely trading against some certain traders on that exchange. But in a decentralized exchange, this is not the case. You are not trading against other market participants. You are trading, or your trades are matched by an automated market maker, a system that provides liquidity for trading pairs of cryptocurrencies. That is one thing to note about centralized exchange. So let's talk about the differences between CEX and DEX. Remember, CEX stands for centralized exchanges, while DEX stands for decentralized exchanges. So let's talk about the features of centralized exchange and decentralized exchange. Generally, a centralized exchange is always faster and easier to use. Look at Binance, KuCoin, FTX, for example. They are very fast and easy to use. The interface is always beautiful. You always want to use the interface because it is very beautiful. But in decentralized exchanges, DEXs, they are slower and requires more experience. Look at something like MetaMask. It requires more experience. If you are just a newbie, you will definitely find it very difficult to use a decentralized exchange like MetaMask. When you talk about the control on a centralized exchange, the exchange controls whatever you do. It controls the custody of your asset. You don't have access to your asset on a centralized exchange. The assets is being controlled by the company. Let's take Binance, for example. If you're using Binance for some reasons known to them may decide to hold your withdrawals for some reasons known to them. Definitely in that particular point, in that particular instance, you are not in total control of your asset. But on a decentralized exchange, your asset remain in your custody and you have total and ultimate control over your asset. So let's talk about the security of both centralized and decentralized exchange. Centralized exchange are quite frequently the target of hacker. Yes, let's remember what happened with Bitmax and MTGOX exchanges that were hacked, and all those hacking that were done by the Lazarus group. So those hacking activities are usually targeted at centralized exchange, because one of the reasons is because they have more liquidity, more volume than decentralized exchanges. Decentralized can also get hacked. Actually, they can also get hacked, but they are not usually the top target of hackers. So that is that about security. But when it comes to fees, let's talk about the fees of centralized and decentralized exchange. Some people usually say that decentralized exchange has more lower fees, and that may not be true. Even though in a centralized exchange you attempt to pay more fees. Yes, you want to send coin, you want to receive, you want to transact, everything has a fee in a centralized exchange. In a decentralized exchange, you don't always have to pay a fee for all those things, but you usually have to pay a gas fee for several steps, like approving transaction and swapping tokens. And these fees in a decentralized exchange may be larger than what you have to pay in a centralized exchange. So don't get it wrong, both exchanges have fees, and in a centralized exchange you always have to pay fees for almost everything you do. But in a decentralized exchange you don't always have to pay fees, but there are some certain fees you pay that might be higher later on than what you pay in the centralized exchange. So both of them have fees, and you always have to put that in mind. So when you talk of regulation, centralized exchanges are always regulated. They will give you rules, they will give you procedures, they will give you everything you have to follow. Terms and conditions, you have to follow them. But in a decentralized exchange, you don't have all those rules. If you are getting value in this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. Also, let's talk about risks in centralized and decentralized exchange. The problem with centralized exchanges are that users give up their custody. They give up the custody of their assets, and it's very risky. Let's say the exchange gets hacked. Let's say the company has financial problem. Let's say they have one rule that you probably do not know or you forgot, and you go against that rule. So the risk is very high. The risk of a decentralized exchange is related to liquidity providers. There are no enough liquidity in the market, because if a particular trading pair is volatile, the liquidity provider may suffer from impermanent loss during trades. And that is normal, because you are trading on a particular exchange that does not have a lot of traders there. And if you look at, if you gather 100 traders today in the cryptocurrency market, you will see that about 98% of them trade on a centralized. Some don't even know what a decentralized exchange is, and that is one of the reasons why I tried to make this video, for them to know. So those are the things you have to know about centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges. But the general thing is that both centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges provides you with opportunity to trade your cryptocurrency, trade fiat, but in a centralized exchange you don't have access to your cryptocurrencies, while in a decentralized exchange you have access to them. And majorly on a centralized exchange you can easily buy cryptocurrencies with your credit card, debit card, P2P, which might be very difficult in a decentralized exchange, and majority of decentralized exchanges don't even have these features.